Hi, friends. How are you today? It's Anita Kaiser from Anita Kaiser Wellness. If you're not familiar with me, I'm a coach who works with empaths, and I help them find more time and abundance in their lives. I'd love to talk to you if you are an empath and find yourself struggling. Just reach out. So, I've decided to do monthly book reviews on Facebook as just an opportunity for you to see what I'm reading and to get to know me a little bit better, and as well as just to have the ability to share good books. Most of what I'm going to be sharing will be nonfiction because I tend to read a lot of nonfiction. Last month's book review you can find in the Facebook Live files. It was a book called Consent, and it comes with a little bit of a trigger warning, that one. This month's does not. So this month I thought I'd talk to you about this book I read called Fashionopolis. And it's The Price of Fast Fashion and the Future of Clothes. And you probably don't know this about me, but in my 20s, I spent a lot, maybe close to 10 years, working in the fashion industry. And so I started off, and I don't mean on the retail floor here. I started off working at Eaton's in the buying office. And then I moved to Braemar in the buying office. And then I moved to Clio in the buying office. So I have a bit of experience working in fashion, and initially in Eaton's, I was working in high-end menswear. So we were buying designer lines. And then by the time I got to Clio, we were knocking off the designer lines. And so creating in-house product, which has a bit of a different twist to it. So I was really interested in this book because of that background that I have in fashion. And I'm a huge environmentalist. I really think, I really think that it's important to get a handle on our consumerism, right? So I buy a lot of my clothes secondhand. It's what feels right to me. Not everybody's comfortable with that, but that's what I do a lot of the time. And I want to buy quality pieces that I know are going to last, right? That tends to be my style. So what I found really interesting in this book, there's a whole bunch of different things. And most of us who are familiar with the news, you've seen some of the or heard about some of the disasters that have happened in fashion over the past few years, right? Factories in Bangladesh or, other third world countries that have gone up in smoke, and so many people lost their lives because working in those conditions, they weren't even getting basic safety needs met, right? And so this is one of the things that comes up in terms of fast fashion, right? When we're only paying $20 or $30 for a sweater, you have to realize that sweater is being made in most cases in a sweatshop, right? And sweatshops are not just in third world countries. This book talks about a large portion of sweatshops, and I hope they've gotten better since the book was written, but it's fairly recent. So in LA, there's quite a fashion area, and in New York City as well. And of course, as a Canadian, I know Montreal has had a large garment district as well as Toronto. And I don't know how that is now because I'm not in tune with it anymore. But it's something to think about. When you're buying fast fashion, you're wearing it very briefly, it's falling apart, and then where does it go? We are creating a massive amount of garbage in terms of fashion. So I found this book to be really interesting for many, many reasons, and it isn't just all bad news. There are actually, towards the mid to end of the book, she gets into a lot of really exciting eco trends that are happening where people are really getting to the nitty gritty of creating sustainable fashion for us. And I'm not just talking about, using organic cotton or hemp or other sustainable fabrics. I'm talking about actually creating ways to reuse the fabric that's out there. So stripping down the color and reusing it, being able to access it for brand new things. So I really loved reading this book. I would definitely recommend it. If you are someone who has an environmental slant, you're going to find it super interesting. If you're someone who's interested in really understanding fashion in terms of not just how we choose what's fashionable, but how product is actually made. This gets into the back end of things and talks about the long history of fashion. I think that's about it that I wanted to share with you there. I hope that you enjoy the book. Let me know if you've heard of it. Let me know if you're interested in it. Let me know if you have any questions. And that's about it for today. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks so much.